juncture, we are honored to have someone who lives and breathes AI and Web3 and a global developer and a builder. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. John Forfar, a developer relations expert and full-stack developer at OpenX AI and OpenMesh Network. Sir John will teach us on how to build no-code on-chain mini apps. And yes, guys, mga apps na pwede nato ma-deploy, bisan again, dili ta hardcore programmer, pero high skill pa rin. Ayun. Once again, bigyan natin ng malakas na palakpak, Sir John Forfar.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi all, my name's John Forfar. I'm from Australia, as you can tell, but I do live in DevRel, and yeah, I'm really keen to show you everything about decentralized AI and all the things that we're building at OpenX AI. So you can probably see on the screen a QR code to join the OpenX AI base mini app challenge. So please make sure you take a photo or scan the QR code and join that website. So by joining this website and connecting your base wallet, so we just did a session installing the base wallet. Has everyone got their base wallet installed on their phone? Who has got it? Who's going to do it later? And who hasn't got it on their phone? Got a couple. I think most people in the room do have the base wallet installed, so congratulations. So the base wallet, as was mentioned, it's your ticket, it's your passport to be able to take advantage of Web3. So you'll be able to identify yourself to Web3 applications. So it's like a username, but it also is a way to store assets in your wallet. So if we were to give you an airdrop or some tokens, you'll be able to receive those in your wallet. If you're starting up a business, a website, and then you want to get paid from all the people using your application, this is where the money would go to, into your wallet. So it's pretty important to actually get the wallet installed on your phone. It's the simplest thing to do to get into Web3. So last chance, make sure you scan this in and click that website. So what I'm talking about today, I'll just be talking about decentralized AI, and let's get started. So AI is one of the most powerful technologies that humanity has ever built. At OpenX AI, we believe that AI should be built just like the internet, where it's free, open, and accessible to everyone. So it's not owned by big tech or like a few companies. It's not censorable or monopolized. So who owns AI right now? Basically, the problem with AI right now, as you can see, there's some logos on the screen, and you know, there is big tech companies that control a lot of the people that work in AI, so the resources, the talent. They control a lot of the technology, the hosting. They control a lot of the social networks, and basically, whenever they release new products, you're first to know about it because they control the algorithms of these social networks. So it is quite a powerful moat that they've built around AI. And also these same big tech companies, they invest upwards of $50 billion every year to make sure that they stay in front of AI and they control the next generation of technology in AI as well. So what do they control? They control humans, so basically all the resources, the people that have careers in AI. They might get AWS certificates, they might get Google certifications, Microsoft certifications. And basically they're sort of locking you into their technology stack, and then you become a specialist, you can work in a career, and you're sort of locked in with that technology. Again, the other thing that they control is the data centers. So all the hardware, they build and invest billions of dollars creating big buildings with lots of computers inside called data centers. And they're investing in that heavily. They also control the data. So all the data that you give out when you type an email on Gmail, when you upload a video on YouTube, they have a lot of control over that data. And one of the things about a monopoly is they can turn off your access to that data. So if you disobey the terms and conditions, they can like block your YouTube account, things like that. So it's a very powerful moat that they've built. Same for social media. You might get your Facebook account blocked by the big Facebook company Meta. So what is OpenX AI? So OpenX AI is building a permissionless, decentralized AI. It's a protocol. It serves AI, open source AI models to you, and then it also gives you affordable compute. So you don't have to pay lots of money to AWS. You can actually just use wholesale prices for computing. So we try and give you the cheapest rate for computing. So the 4 pillars of OpenX AI is open source models. So there's a huge community online that is fanatic about AI. Has anyone heard of Hugging Face? What background are you guys from? Are you got computer science degrees or IT? Yeah, so Hugging Face is a pretty popular open source directory where you can go and look at 2.2 million open source models. So there's people all around the world, they train models on their own computers, their own laptops, using Python, PyTorch, tools like that. And then they basically process some data and then they create an AI model. And then Hugging Face is the place you go to upload that model. So everyone in the world can like use it. You might have some models that are specialized in, grabbing your selfie image and changing your face into a ninja. So some of those models might be used by TikTok and things. You might have models that process CCTV camera footage and then identify a human inside the CCTV footage. So these are the examples of open source AI models. And yeah, there's a huge community around that. The other one is Xnodes, so decentralized compute. I'll talk more about that later, but basically it's aggregating all the wholesale providers of servers, so you can get the cheapest price. One of the other things that OpenX AI does is community governance. So we're an open, transparent DAO. We have a treasury, which is a Web3 solution to open financial company. And what it means is all the funds are in treasury wallets, and you can see the disbursements of funds as they're released for each project over the years. So there's a timeline of these funds. There's also a DAO where we can vote on proposals. So this is a new age of running a company, but in Web3. So OpenX AI does that as well. And then tokenization and monetization. So OpenX AI does have the OpenX token, but they also allow you to connect your application that you might build and then monetize it. So you'll be able to empower yourself to just click a drop down and select a different smart contract for pay per use of your application, or maybe there's a monthly subscription that you can enable for your app as well. So when you're building an app, you can charge people per month, you can charge people per use. So it's pretty simple. So just a quick story about the protocols and frameworks that changed the world. So if you go back like 40 years, the internet was built on a technology called TCP/IP. Have we heard of TCP/IP? Yeah, cool. So that's the fundamental of like a framework or a protocol where you figure out how do you send data from one person on the internet to the other, and you do it over the TCP/IP stack. Along came probably about just over 10 years ago, Ethereum, and Ethereum was a way to build decentralized applications that aren't just running on one server in the cloud, owned by one person or one company, but along with Bitcoin, they championed the way to build decentralized applications. So Bitcoin was a store of value where you can send money to people peer-to-peer without any middleman giving you approval, no bank. So no banks needed to approve your account and that transfer. With Ethereum, they went up another level with smart contracts. So you can move a lot of the programming or the code onto a smart contract that's stored on a blockchain. And that's, if you look at it, there's no central owner of that blockchain. It's stored across thousands of nodes that are all replicating with each other. And the idea behind blockchain is you can take out one computer running a validator node, and then there's another 999 servers or validators that have a copy of the ledger and the blockchain. So that's the basics of Web3 and blockchain. But then with Ethereum, they enabled smart contracts, which is a way to put the programming logic and code on a decentralized network and then run it there on the blockchain. Now, OpenXAI is here to do the same thing, but for AI. So there's no central middleman that gives you AI-enabled apps. You can build this and put it on a decentralized network called OpenXAI. So what is the ecosystem behind OpenXAI? So it is permissionless and borderless. So anyone in the world can access it. You don't need to KYC or put your credit card details or your dad's credit card details just to access it. So one of the things with ChatGPT, you might get a free tier, but then when you try and use it a lot, for maybe you've got a big assignment and you just need some help, you might run out of credits. And that's a big problem with centralized AI, where it's very expensive. You might spend $20 per month or $200 a month US to get the best and latest chatbot or AI with, say, ChatGPT. So that's a big problem with centralized AI. With OpenXAI, we can do that a lot cheaper, so 90% cheaper. The decentralized infrastructure, again, there's data centers all around the world. Not all of them are run by AWS, Google, and Azure. There's quite a lot that are run by wholesalers that do it a lot cheaper. So we give you access to that. And then there's no VCs or CEOs at OpenXAI. So there's no middleman. Everything we do is open source, and you have full access to run everything locally and then make edits to it. So you can actually help contribute to the code behind OpenXAI. Just look at our GitHub repo. So how does it work? We have an X-node network, so it's many servers all around the world. They have GPU and CPU, and then they help run all these servers and applications. So again, it's a huge saving, up to 90% cost saving than traditional cloud providers. So how does it work for building apps? So when you're building an app, traditionally you might have a code editor on your laptop or computer, desktop. Maybe you use VS Code, maybe you use Cursor. Just a quick question, who's heard of Cursor? Yep, and then who uses Cursor every day or every week? Yeah, and then who uses VS Code? Okay, a lot more VS Code people here, that's cool. So traditionally you would build an app, you'd have to do a lot of coding, you then build a website locally and then deploy it onto a cloud hosting service or OpenXAI. What we built is a vibe coding tool, so you can just use normal language, human language, to describe the application you want to build. And the real magic is it builds the application for you, but then it also helps deploy it for you. So you get a website that's deployed straight away. Everyone here is entitled to get a free voucher for the deployment. So make sure you give us your base wallet details, and then we can distribute those vouchers so you can get a free deployment. Then you can deploy your app and then have like lots of people visiting your app, and then monetize as well. So you can actually make money through Web3. So again, the OpenXAI stack, how do we get the price down 90%? So we work with wholesale providers all around the world for servers, but we also don't use any proprietary closed source private code. So everything is completely open source. So the way it works is there's bare metal hardware with no software installed. Then we install a Linux version called NixOS, which we've forked into Xnode OS. Then we use one of the hundreds of thousands of open source packages on NixOS, which is called Python and Next.js and Postgres, Open Web UI, Alama. So all of these packages are free and open source to use. So you don't have to pay any money to run a database to some database provider. You don't have to pay $20 a month or $200 a month for that database. You can just run that for free. You're only paying for the bare metal hardware that it's running on. Again, I'll show you some of the core features, but basically there's an open source stack, there's a studio that helps you deploy things, and then there's a marketplace where you can see all the different apps that have been deployed already. So why did OpenXAI choose Base? So Base, has anyone heard of Base? Because I know a lot of people just installed the wallet, but have you guys heard of Coinbase before? So yeah, basically Coinbase is a big exchange. They wanted to really help decentralize blockchain and Ethereum and support the Ethereum ecosystem. So they built a layer 2, which is called Base, and that's an EVM layer 2. It makes Ethereum faster and cheaper for people. So you're not paying a $100 gas fee or a $15 gas fee. You're paying like a few cents. And what that means is you can get access to the blockchain and not have to pay these huge gas fees, which basically make it unusable in different areas of the world. So what is Base Mini App? So one of the other things that Base do is create open source frameworks. So you can build applications really quickly. This is a simple, lightweight framework where you can have a web-based app that runs on people's mobile phones. It has a wallet connect, so you can connect to the person's Base wallet when you run it inside the Base wallet. Inside the Base wallet, there's also a marketplace of these mini apps. So what the OpenXAI solution is, we've built a Base mini app factory, and that helps you build these apps. And then the beauty of this is we use our AI compute, we link it up with Base, and then we can help you guys build mini apps and distribute that out to hundreds of thousands of people, and then try and build a business that can make you money. So again, we're trying to make OpenXAI and AI in general accessible and permissionless for everyone here. So you don't need a middleman to give you permission. You can just create a wallet. You don't need the bank's permission, and then you can just build an app. So using the Base wallet for people to connect to it. So I'll just play a little video. So I'm going to switch over to the competition announcement that we did. So let me just change that. So I'll just share this screen here, and I'll hit play, and hopefully you can get sound.
Hey everyone, I'm Johnny, DevRel from OpenXAI. We have some major news for creators and builders today. OpenXAI has built a new way for you to take your idea and launch it on-chain fast. The Mini App Factory is here and ready to change how you build on Base. You can create your own Base Mini App just by chatting and mint it instantly as an NFT with no complex setup needed. Build your app in less than 5 minutes, deploy it in a tap, and you own it. Your idea, your data, your design. So this is the breakthrough feature. Mint your mini app as an NFT. Now anyone can discover, share, and trade mini apps across the whole ecosystem. And the best part, every mini app that you launch through the factory contributes to community rewards. Everyone benefits as new apps go live. The more deployments, the bigger the collective reward to the builder network. So climb the leaderboard and compete for the $150,000 prize pool. If you're amongst the first 1,000 builders, you'll get a Genesis NFT for lifetime rewards. The mini app factory is now live. Start building, deploy your app, and create something innovative and on-chain today. Our mini app competition wraps up on December the 4th, so get your ideas in and make every deployment count. Build, deploy, and mint your mini app for collective rewards. Start building on the base mini app factory now.
Okay, fantastic. So let's head back to the slides. Got a little bit of echo. Let me just mute this. There we go. So the base mini app factory is live, like it was mentioned in the video. So just make sure you scan this. And all you need to do today is just create an app. So go to this link, hit the create button, and then you can actually get a deployment going. We do have voucher codes that we'll be distributing. I think you guys are all on the Facebook chat, but obviously we've got people here that can come around and help get you a voucher code. And then, yeah, we can get you building. So just a little bit more about Base Mini App Factory. So it helps you create and deploy functional lightweight apps straight into the base ecosystem. So when you deploy it, you just configure the base config, and then we can actually get that out on the base, everyone's base wallet, so they can find your app in the base wallet. Again, there's like nearly millions of people using the base wallet around the world. So they'll be able to find your app that you build. So what can you actually create with the base mini app? So we do have a few guides, blog posts, and videos, so you can check those out. But some of the simple apps that people are building are quizzes, trivia games, to-do lists, little web games, mini voting, little tic-tac-toe games as well. So one of the things you shouldn't try and build is like Cyberpunk 2077 or something like that. So don't try and prompt some crazy complex game. We're just talking about like web games. And I've got a whole heap of examples I can show you. So again, scan that and we can build an app. But what I'll do is just quickly show you this. So basically this is our mini app factory, just showing how many people have built apps in the last week. So we're up to 1,058. So if you haven't heard of OpenX AI before, we did announce this on Twitter when it was opening. So the first 1,000 deployments got a Genesis NFT, which is like lifetime rewards and discounts. But yeah, now you're in the second tier from the bottom there, which is 1,000 to 2,000. So by deploying today, you'll still get rewards. Normally, though, if you're just normal off the street, you'd have to pay 20 OpenX tokens, but you guys are getting vouchers to discount that 20 OpenX tokens. So, and what that means is you still get rewards. So you're still getting, you know, like $20 plus reward by building an app. So make sure you get in and build that app. There is still rewards to be made. And basically, because you're getting the initial cost waived with the voucher code, you can make some money out of that. And I'll just quickly show you some of the mini apps that have been built. So let me just do that now. So we do have this mini app explorer. I'll just zoom in a bit so you can see. So it's a little bit behind, but yeah, there's basically 10, I 1,050 apps. Here we're tracking 1,016, so it just needs to pull some more data. But yeah, here's some examples of the mini apps that are being built. And the beauty of this site, which is miniapps.openxai.org, is you can actually see the prompts that other people made. So you might be sitting there like going, what do I say to the AI to make an app? Well, you can actually look at what other people are typing in, because everything that they deploy is fully open source. All the code goes to a new GitHub repo. So you can go to github.com/miniapps, miniapp-factory, and then you can actually see thousands of repos of all the open source code deployments. And part of that is you can see all the prompts that they make as well. So this person was making base crash, and if I show that on my screen, yeah, basically it's like a little game where you just pair the colors up together. Hang on, let me just hit play again. So you basically just pair the colors up together, and it is quite difficult, but yeah, basically you got to figure out which one to select to pair the next color up. So that's one example. Another example of an app is Pong. So someone's going through and building all the classics from Atari days. So again, I won't show you how to play Pong, but I normally play a little bit. So you basically, they were able to build this, and you can see all the prompts that they use to actually build this app. And you know, you can, like, as you can see, they had to actually say, you know, if I miss it with my paddle, then it's the end of that round, and then I don't get a score for that point. So it is important to clarify all the rules of the game. So you need to know, you know, what type of game you want to build, and then you can build it. And I'll just show another one here. So this one, very simple, but they built so all of these are mobile based, so that's why they're sort of vertically showing. And if you just look at this, basically automatically picks my username, generates it, and I can basically collect different items. So I try and build up my inventory of wood. So I just grow some trees, and then it's got a timer that basically disables everything else. I grow some trees, and then I chop the tree, and then I have some wood, and I can burn some wood as well to make fire. There's also, this guy's built a open, what is it called? It's like a chat board where people can actually see each other's chats, and then there's a community building around his app where there's people joining in and growing trees, chopping wood, starting fires. But then there's a community around that. And then there's also a leaderboard. So this guy's built a leaderboard. So there's different leaderboards for tree chopping, tree growing, and fire as well. Then there's also a share button. So you can share this app onto social media. And this is the other aspect of it, of the competition. You need to share your app that you build on social media. We'll be reviewing those. And at the end of the competition, there will be lots of rewards and prizes on December the 4th. So up to $5,000 US given out in the prize pool. So I'll just play a video of how to actually build this app. So before I do that, if you do have YouTube, make sure you follow my channel on YouTube. So just search for John Forfar. I've got all the guides that I create for OpenXAI, I put there as well. All the workshops that we run at different places in Philippines, I also try and record and put up on YouTube as well. We also just finished the Australia Hackathon. So this is a good example of a lot more complex apps being built, not just with simple vibe coding, but using Cursor, which is like VS Code, but they're able to spend about 2 months and build complex AI applications. Some might like model the weather of the world. Others might help students find coffee shops in the local area and use AI to review all the menus and products. Some are e-commerce recommendation engines, so using AI. So make sure you check out those videos, especially for HackNode Australia. That was the hackathon we just ran and finished, and we've rewarded the prizes as well. So the prizes for that was also $5,000 as well. We also have the India hackathon that's finished. So we had those will be announced in the next week. And then the global hackathon also finished a couple of weeks ago. And we had over 120 Filipinos join the global hackathon. And that's a total prize pool of 10,000 US dollars, which is something like 581,000 pesos. So there is good opportunities to win just through vibe coding. So you don't even have to learn how to code. You just talk to an AI that helps you build it. What I will do is just play the short that I wanted to play. It's a video. Here it is. Okay, I'll just play this video. So let me know if you can see that. I'll try and zoom in maybe. If not, so basically, this is what the mini app factory looks like. You can just visit it on your mobile phone. And all I'm saying is you just create a mini app. So when you create a mini app, you just type the name of the mini app in. So you can go to the mini app factory now on your phone. You'll be presented with this, connect your wallet. Then you'll have a create mini app. Type the name in and then click create. Now you might need a voucher, so make sure you're on the group chat to get a voucher. Then you proceed to the next page where you enter in a prompt, and that really is just a few sentences. So you just need to type a few sentences and you start building your app. Obviously you can try and one-shot it, but you can also edit it as well. So, okay, change the color of the background to green after you've edited or created the app, and then you can add a button later and then do something else. So you don't need to type it perfectly once. And I'll zoom in more on what the prompt is, but basically keep it very simple, describe what you're trying to build, describe what it looks like, and then describe the rules of the game. If you are building a game or an app, if there's certain buttons or text like a quiz, just describe that in normal language. Keep it simple. Don't be technical. So don't say, I want to use this library and I want to use this exact code. That's not ideal. So just look at all the other mini apps that other people have built. Look at the prompts they use to get some ideas as well. But yeah, as you can see, you type in the prompt, you hit build, and then it builds it. There might be a queue if there's lots of people building. But yeah, you can basically see there's on a server that has lots of GPUs, there's an Ada open source code that's helping you build the app, and it's an agent. And it basically just helps you build this application in the background. And then when the code's built, there is a GitHub link, so you can download that code locally and see how it all works. So we don't control any of the IP, it's open source. So yeah, once it loads, it also has AI image generation with stable diffusion. So if you want to add some art into the game or the app that you're building, you can say, generate an image of a furry dog that's fluffy walking in a park, and it will be able to build that dog image. And then once it is deployed, the app is published. So for this example, we're building tic-tac-toe, which is like noughts and crosses, you know, zeros and X's. Now, probably one of the things this doesn't show is there's like GitHub versions. So you can actually go back, you can revert back to the start. So you can reset your app and start again, or you can just revert one of the previous changes. So that's an extra feature that's been added. So yeah, once you click that, you can configure things like base dev or base.dev, where you configure your wallet, and then how does it integrate into the base mini app store. You can also configure Farcaster. If you want to share links from this app, it'll just change the way it displays in Farcaster, which is a social network. It's a social network. And then this is tic-tac-toe. So obviously find 3 X's in a row, diagonally, horizontal, vertically. So I had to describe that as a prompt. As you can see, it's recommended one of my YouTube videos to watch next. This is all about cursor alternatives. So this is using VS Code. There's an extension called RU Code. Who's heard of that? Who's heard of VS Code extensions? Okay, we've got a few people. So this is something you can install on the marketplace of VS Code, and then you plug it into Llama, which is something you can run locally, and then you can run all the different models like DeepSeek, GPT OSS, Qwen 3 Coder. Basically, you can run an AI on your laptop. You can, instead of paying Cursor money each month, you can try and run this setup, and it's free. And you have an AI-enabled VS Code that helps you build things. So I always try and find the free open source alternatives for things rather than just paying like $20, $50 a month for things. I recommend you try to do that as well to save money. Going back to the slides. So once you build the app, this is the submission form where you can submit the link for the app that was just built. So when it says app deployed and you open up the app, just copy paste the app link and put it into this submission form on Google Forms. So who's up to building? Who's actually got Mini App Store loaded and on their phone they've connected their base wallet? Who's done that? We've got a few people. Then once you get a voucher and enter that in, then you can start building the app. So we'll come around and help you, and we'll make sure that you have vouchers. And this is zooming into the example prompt. So as you saw, tic-tac-toe is a very simple game, but it did take about 3 sentences to describe the game, how it works, what the rules are, and what it looks like. And like, what are the conditions for that game to be won? So obviously having 3 in a row, or up and down, or diagonally. And then what happens at the end? Like, does it restart? Do I just get a congratulations screen? So just try and add those things into the prompt. So again, for your prompting, just keep it very simple and focus describing what the app is and the rules.